Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the Harmonious Frequencies of the Mighty Empire of Onion, and this is Minecraft. Well, as you could probably see, I have the auto-smelter thing done. I didn't mean to hit that twice. So yeah, the basic function is set up. It's pretty much ready to go. So I wanted to show you guys how it kind of works, or how it does stuff. I've been thinking about it, and I will need a bunch of coal for this. I have some in the turret. There's some still in this hopper minecart, and you can see here that I've started making a little bit of charcoal. I can totally put that in here with the regular coal. Let's keep a stack for ourselves. But yeah, we kind of saw this happen in the last episode, and the reason why I'm still here and on it is that I don't have much time to record today, sadly, so I won't be able to get as much done as I normally probably would. So there you can see those furnaces came on. These furnaces are dark still, but they're still getting fed coal, all of them. So I don't know why these came on, because it looks like they're empty. I guess maybe they all had like 1 or 2 pieces of gold in them, which is kind of a waste of coal, because coal burns 8 items each. The most efficient way to fuel a furnace like this is with sticks, I hear, because sticks only cook 1 item at a time, as far as I know. But yeah. So what I'm going to do is actually go chop down a bunch of trees, and we'll come back here, we'll load it up on both sides, cook up some charcoal, and we'll use that to load it up in the future. And then I'm going to try to make this place look not quite so ugly. So, yeah. Let's get to it. Alright, so I went out into the forest area and collected up a bunch of wood. It wasn't quite a full shulker box, but I think it's going to be enough for this initial demonstration. So the fuel cart has been around a couple of times. And put coal in a bunch of these furnaces. And so we are going to load up the smelter mine cart with stuff we want smelted. One thing that I have noticed is that the items are sort of staying inside this mine cart in particular, and whenever it returns back, if there's nothing to load in to fill it back up, it never launches out again. And so this is a problem that I think I'm going to have to solve, because like over here we only put one stack of items in there. There's still 2 oak woods in there, but for whatever reason it doesn't want to continue on its journey until it's empty. And so with that being the case, not all of these get filled up with enough items to be smelted in order to keep it efficient. So I am burning some coal that doesn't actually smelt anything down into usable materials. We are getting charcoal. We've already got 62 just from standing there for a few minutes. So it is pretty fast the way that it works. It's just not the most efficient thing. So even if we have the small amount of coal, just 1 or 2 left in these hoppers up here, when this one comes back and it's loaded at least once, boom, it'll go out again. Okay, so if we load up with some more wood here, get all of those shipped out basically. And I wanted to see how it would affect it putting birch in there mixed in with the regular oak logs. This is going to fill up this minecart all the way, and then it will go dump as many items as it can. Yeah, see, these furnaces are being inefficient because they don't have any items to smelt, but they're cooking anyway. Alright, there we go. I don't know if I nudged it right there or if it ran into that block. But either way, yeah. And it goes a little bit faster than the other one. As you can see, there was still some items left to be loaded. So even if it's just a few items, it's nice for it to be in there so that it runs around again. Let's come around a second time. You see, this one's already... Okay, the birch is mixed in and it's falling in immediately after the oak is done. Let's see if it works the same here. Yep, birch was dropped in. But now it's being loaded up with a reasonable amount of materials to smelt. It's not wasting as much coal. But I have to stand here and kind of feed it every now and then. To make sure that it's running its course back and forth. We could do the same thing with this one here too. If I throw some charcoal in there, well, I guess I'll just do a whole stack there. There we go. So this will sit in the hopper along the back until it's run out of coal, and then the charcoal will be fed into the fuel area. Then if there's coal piled in behind there, it'll be fed in as well. There's no kind of filter to keep any items out of being smelted, you know what I mean? Okay, so I put a couple of stone bricks up here to make it look a little bit nicer than what it was looking like before. I think that's going to be fine. Can get this guy rolling again. It looks like he's emptying out a pretty good amount on his trip, maybe about a stack and a little bit, stack and 16 or so. It seems to be roughly 2 items per furnace per trip. Smelt down some more cobblestone as well. Get those going. Yeah, so we've made a bunch of fuel for ourselves. I'm pretty sure that there would be a clever way to run this fuel around back over into here so that this is constantly being fed. And if I did that, I would just have to remember to come down and throw some wood in here every now and then so that we make the charcoal so that it gets fed around. And for that, I would need an item filter to keep the metals and the stone and stuff from being shipped over there as well, because that would just get stuck inside the fuel slot. I don't know if it would actually put it in here, but it would clog up the hopper so that nothing else could get through. Yeah, so now we're already on stone, getting that smelted. Actually happened a little bit faster than I expected. Yeah, but look at all this charcoal we cooked up in no time. Okay, well, I'm going to do a little work trying to make this place look a bit nicer. I might do some carpets in here around the floor, mostly to make it unspawnable, but also because I have a wool farm, and so putting down carpets makes sense. Also, I wouldn't have to raise these up if it was just surrounded by carpets. The only problem with that is, actually I might have to leave this part uncarpeted, since I'm going to be putting the bookshelves in here. I'm pretty sure carpets block the effect of the bookshelves on the enchantment table. So I'm going to get onto that, and I will be back shortly. Alright, well here's the beginnings of something. It kind of looks like a room. You just run down the beacon. It's the correct height so that you can jump or drop down in here. Here is the enchanting table. Here are the bookshelves, all in working order. I replaced the stone with some andesite because I like the texture next to the bedrock better than the regular stone. It has a little bit of green in there, and with this black and these grays mixed together, I just think it looks better than the regular stone, so I put that in. And yeah, so that works. We should be getting maximum enchants here. I put the purple carpet here. I don't know if I like it or not. In my mind, it definitely goes with the grays, and I figured since the redstone blocks are up there anyway, I would use redstone lamps in order to light this area. Then I went ahead and added some torches. I think even without these torches, it's lit up enough to keep monsters from spawning inside this area. I haven't tested it with the, let's see, F3, I guess will tell me. So there's 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 8. There's some 7 on the carpet, but they can't spawn on carpet, so that's okay. So yeah, this entire area should be lit up enough where monsters will not spawn inside there, just with the lamps. And then I didn't want to make it, or leave it open to be ugly, so I started closing in this area, but it doesn't actually work for the way that I mine. Whenever I do a branch mine, I do it a little bit differently. Most people just go in by a one wide area, and I like to do a 2 wide area. I'll show you why. Right, so if we're looking at, oh that's strange, clog that up. If we're looking at an area that we can see in this cave, it's these two, and these two, all the way down as far as I can dig. And so we don't get to see what's in these two, right, when it's connecting. And so when I go up to the next level, what I like to do is something like this. And so you can see we get that diagonal piece all the way down. So then we'll be able to see this one and this one. Then with this down here, this would be my next little cave here. And then, you know, additionally, this way as well. It looks like we already found some redstone in that one. So this wall is going to get pushed out a little ways. I was even thinking about building a tree farm over here so that in case I ever needed any kind of wood, I would have it available if I need to make some quick picks or something like that. Also, this line is going to run over this direction, and eventually the items, instead of sitting in this chest, are going to be shipped up to the top. And once they get there, I'll figure out what to do with them. I'll try to build a storage room. I've never done that before, and so some kind of area that will be able to sort the items that I send to it. Then I'll try to hook up this mine, the farm out there, and I don't know about the iron farm. I think it's in a pretty decent place right now, but definitely this place and the crops as well. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this area open so that I can hop back here, do maintenance in case I come up with something else, some other amendment to make this work a little bit more efficiently, because like I say, even though there's still items in the hopper, they will stop moving, so I consider that to be a problem that I'm going to have to solve later on. So I definitely want to keep access, because you can see here, this has still got stuff in it. It hasn't made its rounds all the way. I don't really want to send it around either, because, yeah, I guess I could throw in these cobblestones as well, have it make several rounds, so that it doesn't waste too much coal in the process. There we go. And I want to get this chest out of here. Maybe I'll put up 2 chests on each side, or along this back wall, like in this area here. Turn this into either half slabs or stairs or something like that. So this is just a rough draft of an idea of what I had. As a matter of fact, all of these upper ones here, if they were stairs, it wouldn't bother me at all. So I'm probably going to switch those over right now, as a matter of fact. Alright, so I put down a chest on both sides. I left this open so that I can get through. It's not really important, or it won't be when I finish off the beacon all the way, but I still clearly need a lot of iron to do that. So that is definitely still in the works. Aside from that, I think this is about all I'm going to be able to get done today. I went ahead and replaced the bottom with stairs as well. I left these corner pieces like this to make it look all fancy. I don't know if the top, I don't know if I should drop a whole block in there, if that would help that look a little bit different, but I think it's fine for now. Because I won't be walking around back here, basically is what I'm thinking. And so I shouldn't need anything back there. I don't know if I made sense with what I was trying to say with this, but since I tunnel like this in this sort of a pattern, yeah, my next one would have to be here, which isn't a problem. But if you look at the floor, run around back to here. If you look at the floor of this, it's up by 1 higher than this. If I lower it down, that'll be fine, except that I will definitely have to place lighting over this, maybe a redstone torch or lamp, or a glowstone block, and all of those would be receded up into the ceiling by 1 block. There's nothing wrong with that. There's also nothing wrong with the way that it is now, as long as I don't try to run any any mines off of this, because I can't really get over to that side. All of the tracks sort of block the way. Yeah, I can't bring this wall down and just have a walkway over the top and then stair step down, because I wouldn't be able to build on top of this. So, to branch my mines in that direction, I will just have to come up with some other crazy strategy. But in the meantime, this is going to be the way that it is. I suppose if I leave this open, like an access to sort of travel around, then I could start my mine back here anyways. It would just have to line up with the other side. And so this would sort of be the little secret way around. But I'd want it to be somewhat enclosed and look at least a little bit nice along the front. I'll be putting blocks. The beacon will only come out to about here, and so I'll be putting blocks to cover up this, something like that. Then I may leave like a door or some other, just a 3-block high opening, kind of like this one, so that I can get inside there, get behind there, and do the branch mines here. Then, like I said, this area is going to be pushed out, and I'll do probably a wood farm inside there, so that we could try to get this machine to feed itself. I think that would be super effective. Yeah. So I think that is going to be it for this episode. Let's see if that does anything. Fills up twice as fast. Okay, now I think it's going to drop all of those down to there. Okay, but yeah, like I say, that's going to be it for this episode, so if you want to catch the next one, be sure to subscribe. Consider supporting my channel through the Patreon link down in the video description, and feel free to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. Thank you so much for all the time that you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.